Welcome to the first part out of my tutorial with the title API testing. In this series, I'm going to give you some first experience about how to test an API with UFT. So first, let us ask, what is an API? An application programming interface is therefore to exchange data between multiple systems. Here, an example, you have Twitter and Google+, and when you make a tweet on Twitter and you want to include some information from your Google+ account, Twitter might use an interface from Google+. So Google+ defined some methods to access to their database and return some specific information for the user. You denoted. Where is UFT in this example? So UFT tests exactly that. UFT sends data to Twitter through this interface and receive data from Twitter and evaluate them. Some important keywords are VSTL. VSTL is therefore it's like a metadata language, so you can define data types, function, and so far. An important word relating to this is RPC. The remote procedure call is what I said. You have a procedure which is not on the local system, on a host, on an external host, and you can call in your system a function procedure which is on a remote server, and we can receive data through that. The second important word is REST. So everybody knows that when you make a HTTP request, you can say GET, POST, PUT, and so far, but more to that later. Let us now see the difference between the API and the GUI testing in UFT. So in the API, you have always an object repository, tons of object repositories. In APIs, there's no of them. So it's clearly you have only an interface. You don't have really objects which you can use. So no object repository. There's two, no application area because you don't have like function libraries and so far. Too important is that you don't have like in a GUI script really a script. You have a graphical user interface which you can simply accumulate multiple activities. Like you see on the right side, get runtime text block is a function from an interface. So here a first impression of the UFT API testing. You can simply create a new API script with new, then business component, and only say API component. Now you see no application area and so far. You have here on the right side under toolbox your activities like HTTP request, SOAP request, some database activities, and so far. And you can, how you see, you have on the right side always the information you give in this activity and who comes out this activities, and you can evaluate them. So you can say I give this and I expect a specific value. So at this place you can import some VSDL or you can create new REST services.